Aloha, intergalactic, multidimensional friends. Welcome back once again for another one of our inspirational team meditation broadcasts. Thank you so much for joining in. My name is Brendan, aka Mystic Spider-Man, Wolf Shield, Wolf Babylon, Skull Babylon, Skull the Wolf. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining in, for being here, for making it once again. Maybe if you're... So I love the idea that there's some of you who are just kind of like ready to join in right away. You're like waiting for the notification to pop up. You're like, all right, it's go time. It's meditation time. Let's do this. So thank you again, everyone, for joining in on any platform. If you're here for the first time, go ahead and drop a 333 in the chat. If you've been here before, drop a 777 in the chat. That way, so we can at least even just get more familiar with each other as team members. So for those of you who are here for the first time, welcome. For those of you who are back once again, thank you so much for joining. And please feel free to even just acknowledge those of you who may be here for the first time. So for those of you who have been here before, if you see like people who are here for the first time, just be like, hey, like, welcome. Thanks so much for joining the party, for joining the team, for being a part of what it is that we are creating here today. So for those of you who are here, welcome. We're just going to begin just by starting to bring awareness to our body. So just begin rolling your shoulders, stretching your body in a way that works for you. We begin each meditation just by being able to wake up the physical body, so you can literally just like stretch. Get some nice big yawns in there. Open up the energy channels. What we're going to do in the next couple moments, we're just going to begin by massaging our body, and then from there we're going to do a little bit of laughter practice, yoga, meditation. Then from there we'll go into some mindfulness exercise, some mindfulness practice. I mean, the entire thing is a mindfulness practice. And then from there we will go into a little bit of a physical meditation, physical movement, and then from there we will go into our chakra practice, meditation. So again, as people are just kind of joining here on the fly, we just want to be able to just get ourselves prepared physically. So just begin massaging your body, just listening to your body, just begin connecting with your breath. Thank you again, everyone, for joining in. For those of you who are making it here on the regular, for those of you who are listening to this in the future, you guys know a bit of the routine. So again, just massaging wherever you feel called to massage on any part of your body. And as you do this, even just bringing gratitude to that part of your body, gratitude to your breath. So again, as we do this together, I really want to just be able to remind everyone that the intentions behind this broadcast, they're multiple. There's multiple intentions. The intention is to create routine, to create practice, to create habit, where we spend those first few moments of the day, or maybe you're watching this in the evening, creating something that is drastically going to be able to help and impact and affect the rest of our day, the rest of the momentum. So again, for those of you who are just joining in the fly, don't worry, you haven't missed much. Just begin massaging your body, digging in deep into the fascia. One of the best ways how I can think of doing this meditation, doing this practice, think of it as like tuning your instrument or sharpening your sword. So before you get out there and you get ready for another day of productivity and excitement and just kicking butt and being who you are and shifting the paradigms, use this as an opportunity to just be able to take those extra few moments in the day to be able to physically wake up the body, to be able to energetically activate the inspiration inside of us, and again, to be able to just help create that momentum that carries with us throughout the day, and also just be able to bring in gratitude, to bring in joy and excitement, to create that space where we get to come together as community, to be able to hang out, to be social. So thank you so much for joining in. So again, for those of you who may be here for the first time, go ahead, jump right in. We're just massaging our body physically, so just give yourself a massage wherever you feel called. And even for some of you, you know, just like, they're like, I don't like giving myself a massage. Like, what? Like, I didn't even know that was an option. Well, absolutely it is an option. And honestly, for a human being, like, being able to massage our physical body is an incredibly valuable thing, is an incredibly important thing, because again, you know, for those of us who, like, as a human, all of us experience this, there are going to be days where we kind of like feel heavy. and we feel like emotionally like a weight. A lot of times that energy physically exists in the body. So when we massage ourselves, we're helping just kind of release the tension, release the grip, release that energy. So again, just massaging your body all the way down your thighs, all the way down to your knees. So thank you again, everyone, for joining in. For those of you who may be here for the first time, we do these broadcasts Monday to Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And again, this is about being able to level up together, to be able to activate our real-world superhero powers, to be able to activate our superpowers, and to be able to continue to come together as a team, to build as a team. This is about being able to build ongoing relationships. So I encourage you to join in for these. And again, I'm here to be able to hold space, because I know a lot of times, like, just by having somebody who's instructing, having someone who's here to do it with you, having someone who's here to support you makes a big difference. You're just like, okay, I'm going to commit. I'm tuning into this broadcast. Brendan's here to help like direct. Mystic Spider-Man's gonna like help like lead the show, and we're gonna do this together. So that's one of my passions, right? So it's being able to help provide value for you, for the team. So again, at this point, I'm just massaging my foot. So I encourage you to massage the bottom of your feet right now, massage the soles of your feet. And again, as you do this, really just digging in with your thumbs. As you do this, you can do this in a way where it's basically what is known as reflexology, where in the bottom of the feet, we carry all of these meridians, all of these channels, these energy channels that connect to the rest of our body. So by massaging our foot, it literally like massages the rest of our body. It's crazy, right? Like a lot of people are just like, what? I didn't know that. So again, just massaging the feet. Go ahead and massage the other foot. We'll work our way up all the way to the face. So yeah, let's keep leveling up. Let's keep leveling up together. So thank you again to those of you who are tuning in for the first time. And honestly, like there's going to be a part of you that will, and we'll play with this. We'll play with this during the meditation today. There's going to be an ego part of you that will like probably like convince you, where it's just like, yeah, you know what? Like I don't need to meditate first thing in the morning. Like I don't, whatever, like this is too whatever, not worth my time, etc., etc. Now everyone's got their own flavor, and hey, like absolutely go find what works for you. But at the same time, if you tune into these broadcasts and you observe the part of you that's just like, oh, I want to go back on my phone, I want to go like do whatever and everything like that, like use that as a part of your training, because that voice is one of your teachers, and we're going to play with that voice today. The voice that basically convinces you, it will do anything to like pull you away from your spiritual awakening. It will pull you away from the awakening of consciousness. It's like the Agent Smith inside of you, where basically like as you start waking up, it will be like, no, like shut it down, like stop it, stop waking up and stuff like that. So observe that. Observe the part of you that's just like meh, like morning meditation, whatever, man. Like, so by you tuning in and you literally just like making that commitment to be like, all right, broadcast is on, let's stick it out, let's just do it, let's just do the broadcast. And again, by you doing this, you're going to notice differences today, but believe me, you do this regularly, and like over the course of like a week, over the course of a month, like you will notice a difference in your entire life, because how you do one thing affects how you do everything. I'll say that again. How you do one thing affects how you do everything. Like that's actually some really deep stuff there. So again, just massaging your body, rolling your shoulders, stretching where you need to, straighten up your spine. We're going to move into massaging our face here. So again, just massaging your face. Thank you again, everyone. Huge shout outs to everyone for joining in. For those of you who may be new, for those of you who have been here before, again, just super grateful with the momentum that it is that we are building here. And again, I know a lot of people who are joining in, they're just like, yeah, you know, like this isn't just a meditation. It's also like the connection of like kind of visualizing us showing up in this digital sacred space together. And there's like users who get to know each other, community members who get to know each other, because that's what we're doing. We're not just meditating together, we're showing up as a team. And so again, you know, as we're massaging our face here, same with the feet, opening up the meridians, stretch out the face, stretch out the jaw, just really listen to your body right now. You're just like, oh, like maybe there's other parts of your body that you really just feel you need to massage a bit more, even just massaging the neck. Like, what would it be like to literally just begin each day with a bit of a massage, you know? So again, by us doing this practice, this is a chance for me and you just to be able to create a place for us to be able to direct our focus. And right now our focus is on self-care. Right now our focus is on self-development. Same way you would go to the gym and you would like receive benefits, same way you would go to a yoga class and you receive benefits, that's exactly what we're doing here. Like, this is an act of self-love. This is an investment for yourself. So again, this may be new to a lot of you, and the newness of it may subconsciously like kind of like convince you that it's like not worth your time and stuff like that. Again, there's going to be a part of you that's just like, I just want to go back to just like browsing endlessly, mindlessly, whereas like here, this is a pattern interrupt. This is something different. So for those of you just joining in, we're just massaging the face right now. We've massaged the entire body. We're going to go into some EFT tapping. And then from there, we'll go into a little bit of some laughter practice, yoga meditation, if you guys want to do the laughter meditation. And then from there, we will go into a little bit of mindfulness practice. We're going to work on just kind of like sharpening our focus. And from there, we'll go into our movement practice. And then from there, we'll go into a little bit longer version of the meditation for the chakras today. So again, just massaging the top of the head. And then as you do this, just straighten up your spine. Just breathe. Bring in gratitude right now. Deep breaths. Nice big exhales. Oh, that feels good. Just like breathing and massaging your head, like it's just like cuddling yourself, like the feeling of just like lying there and just like like again, we forget how much we can take care of ourselves. So I've said this before, but like treat yourself like you're your own beloved. You are. The most important relationship you will have throughout this entire lifetime is the one you have with yourself. So this is a chance for you to be able to like hang out with yourself and for you to be able to practice expressing love to yourself. So from here, what we're going to do what is called as EFT. This is called emotional freedom tapping, emotional freedom technique. What we do here is you just follow my lead. Just start tapping on the face. You can tap anywhere. You can tap like even just like on the upper chest, the neck, the shoulders, even between the fingers like this. And as you're doing this, again, this is like literally like activating the meridians. Like again, if I were to just convince you, which is part of what I'm doing, it's just like, yeah, if you do these practices, like you'll activate your superhero abilities, like your increased intuition, your increased clairvoyance, your increased like ability to be able to like bring in like inspiration from the future, your ability to be able to enhance your dreams, your ability to amplify your telepathy, your ability to just be able to become more aware of your energetic body. So again, just tapping here. And as we do this, as we're tapping here, what we're going to do is we're going to speak words of affirmation. These affirmations, again, for those of you who've done this before, feel free to use your own. These words of affirmation, these are words of empowerment. And as we speak them, we literally create the vibration for them and we bring it into our field. So speak words of inspiration for yourself right now. You can speak words such as like, I am inspired. I am powerful. I am growing. I am love. I am calmness. Are you calm right now? Bring it in, invoke it. I am calmness. I am safe. I am loved. I am an infinite eternal soul having this human experience. I am a strong warrior. I am a strong guardian. I am a creative source of inspiration. I am an infinite source of creativity. I am a conduit for higher conscious knowledge. I am here to be able to help change the world. I am here to be able to connect with more of myself. I am here to remember who I am and to remember who I am not. I am kind. I am compassionate. I am patient. I am inspired. I am creating consistency. So again, just speak a few more words to yourself here. Whatever words kind of come to you, just listen to your heart. I am breath. I am rhythm. I am focus. You are focus. You are so powerful. You are so powerful and you are so cute. I am so cute. I am so powerful. I am so adorable. I am hilarious. I am witty. I am adorable, cute little human. That's like the most important one. I finished up here last couple seconds. I am more than I once thought I was. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right, good job, team. You guys are doing awesome. Again, for those of you who are here for the first time, if it's your first time here, drop a 333 in the chat. If you've been here before, drop a 777 in the chat. That way, so we can just kind of like say hello to each other. Because again, like for those of you who are here, what we're going to do. Well, first of all, do you guys want to do the laughter practice meditation now, or do you want to do it later? If you want to do the laughter practice meditation now, drop a 999 in the chat if you guys want to do a laughter practice meditation. So aloha on TikTok to the unicorn, aloha to Love the Shore, welcome back to Luna, welcome back to BN Psyche, welcome back to Nolan, welcome back to those of you tuned in on YouTube as well. Stella, thanks for joining. One Love, Megan. Special shout out to our newest Patreon supporters. Shout out to Mika, shout out to Kayla, shout out to Kevin, and shout out to Tyson. Those are our newest Patreon supporters. I'll just mention that now. Again, if you're tuned into this and you're just like, again, the value that we're putting into this, like, reciprocate it in the way that feels right for you, and you reciprocate this by leveling up yourself, by sharing it with friends, by continuing to build this momentum. Other ways you can reciprocate is by being able to join on the Patreon, and again, that's a monthly micro contribution to support artists, and like, that's a platform, so you can support me as an artist and as a community facilitator, and when you join that, you can get additional perks. You can join our private membership community, you can get a discount for items. So special thank you to our Patreon supporters. So, and also feel free to join our team chat. Anybody, join our team chat. All right, okay. So, looks like Alright, okay. I think we're gonna do the mindfulness practice. I think we're gonna do like the let's do the laughter yoga. We'll just do it now. We'll do it now. We'll do it now, and then we'll move right into the meditation. So, again, huge shout out to everybody joining into this. Again, it's always like, when we approach this, think of it as practice. Like, this is just practice. Like, again, like, for those of you who maybe new, like, I grew up playing hockey, right? So, like, I was captain of my hockey team a lot. So, like, I kind of bring this mentality where right now we're coming together like a hockey team. And, like, this is practice. This is, like, morning practice before we start our day. So we gotta get out on the ice, we stretch our legs, we get some momentum, we run some drills, we level ourselves up mentally and physically and emotionally and energetically, and then we move throughout our day and we're just, like, kicking butt. So we carry this momentum with us. So, again, if you're new here, I challenge you to join in. Again, Monday to Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Friday's like our super special meditation where we, like, do this super powerful visualization. But Monday to Friday, like, it's all practice. Like, it's all, like, important. It's all beneficial. It's all here to be able to help level you up. So, what we're going to do, we're going to practice doing our laughter meditation. So, our laughter practice meditation, the way how this works, what we're going to do, we're going to do a deep inhale, nice soft exhale, and then we're going to do another inhale, and then what we're going to do, you're going to focus on the exhale. So, the exhale is going to go like this. It's going to sound like ha, 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 ha. Ha, and then from there, that sound is actually going to become a laugh. It's going to be like ha 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 ha. And what, I know it sounds like, I guess I'm just demonstrating, but when we do it, I want you to be able. This is going to be new for some of you. When you do it, I want you to be able to kind of like practice tapping into this power of your heart to be able to bring in this vibration of joy and laughter, and then to be able to experience and to be able to like move it through your field. So again, for some of you, there's like, this is so, like, silly and stuff like that. Like, oh yeah, no, I realize that. I realize, like, how silly and bizarre it is, but it's actually incredibly powerful and incredibly beneficial as well. This is like a hack. Like, this is like a hack within the matrix. So give yourself permission to be able to experience this hack. All right, okay, everybody ready? For those of you who've done this before, you guys know what to expect. For those of you who are new, follow along, and even if you're just like kind of like watching, feel free to just kind of like jump in with the laughter experience as you do this. So follow my lead. And again, as we do this, we're like we're filling our cup with love. We're like generating a vibration of love from the inside out. Like, this is incredibly powerful. Like, seriously, this is so powerful. Okay. All right. Follow my lead. Put your hands even just on your belly. Straighten up your spine. And let's just take a couple deep breaths here together. So just deep inhale together. Nice soft exhale. One more of those. Deep inhale through the mouth. Nice soft exhale. Follow my lead. Deep inhale. Focus on the exhale. Ha, 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 ha. Let it build. Feel it in the ass. 10 seconds. Keep it going. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Relax. Feel how you feel right now. Breathe. Allow your cheeks to kind of like feel that feeling. It's like, oh, that was interesting. We're going to do one more round of that, and then we're going to move into the next stage of our mindfulness practice meditation. So again, every time we do this broadcast, I just love the idea that there are new people tuning in, and they're just like, I've never done this before. Like, this is new. So congratulations. You're being reminded of how to be able to tap into one of your superpowers. Your superpower is the power of your heart. Your power to make people laugh. Like, you could literally sit in a circle with other people and instruct them through this. Like, you could teach other people how to do this. I've done this before with, like, a room of people. It was, like, it's ridiculous. Like, the whole room just ignites. So, again, thank you for being here. Thank you for just, like, joining and adding your energy. Like, collectively, we can kind of tap in. Like, even though it's through a screen, we're still connected right now. We are still in this vibration of love together. So, thank you for being in love with me together. All right. Do this again. Deep, gentle inhale. Nice, soft exhale. Deep inhale. Focus on the exhale. Ha, 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 ha. Let it build. Think of something silly. Think of a cat wearing glasses. What? 10 more seconds. Keep it going. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Breathe. Good. Alright. Just kind of like move here. You can keep a smile on. And just kind of take a moment here. Just kind of breathe. Deep, gentle inhale. And even just doing that, you may notice like your breath will actually be fuller. You'll notice you kind of like be able to like bring in like more oxygen. You're just like, because it's like actually like working like the entire like core, like the lungs included. So if you laugh during that, even if it was your first time, drop an 1111 in the chat. So good job, team. Again, for those of you who are like here in the regular, it's like yeah, I gotta tune in for team meditations, waking up with Wolf, so we can get in our daily laughter routine. So seriously, it's awesome. It's really powerful. Awesome. This is our 95th broadcast that we've done this. 30th of this season. This is our 3rd season. Our season is like, we'll like do it and then we kind of take a break and then we'll do it and then take a break. So this one we'll be doing this season for however long I feel, and then eventually at some point we'll probably take a break. But again, even when we're taking a break, it just gives you a chance to develop your own routine. So, all right. Okay, awesome. Good job, everyone. Again, for those of you who just tuned in like mid laughter meditation, so that was like a laughter meditation. To be able to practice working with the breath, to be able to practice cultivating this energy, to be able to practice tapping into this experience. And that's what we're doing. We're creating an experience for ourselves, a very powerful experience. All right, so moving into the next part of our practice as we get ready to continue to, again, tune our instruments, sharpen our swords, so to speak. Level up as light guardians, as Jedi, carrying with us the Star Wars energy as we continue to move through this mythos together and level up as a team. For those of you again who are here for the first time, thank you for joining in. Again, we do this Monday to Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So even if you're here a little bit late, by all means, jump in and then join us again. For those of you on TikTok, make sure you're connected to my YouTube channel. So if you're tuned in on TikTok, subscribe to my YouTube channel, links through my profile. You can also watch on Instagram, and you can also find the playlist for all the past recordings on my YouTube and on my Instagram. So make sure you're connected there, and feel free to send me a direct message on Instagram. All right, so from here, we're going to move into a little bit of a mindfulness practice. We're only going to be doing this for maybe 8 minutes, give or take. Nothing too crazy. Okay, and so what we're going to do here, this is an incredibly essential part of the mindfulness practice, and something that I was talking about a lot yesterday during our broadcast. What we do, we're going to do like the whole meditation broadcast. The broadcast here will be for an hour. After this, once the broadcast is wrapped up on Instagram, I'll stay online for maybe about 10-15 minutes and we'll be able to chat some more. But yesterday I was chatting a lot about the importance of being able to intentionally like regain power over our focus. Something I've talked about is the idea that like your focus is magic. What you focus on grows. What you focus on creates. What you focus on is like pouring love and pouring water on things when it's like coming from that place of intention. Whatever you focus on will grow. And so instead of having your focus constantly being like, like outsourced to like other, to media advertising companies or to things that are distracting you or to like things that are kind of like not really fully like serving you, what you want to be able to do is you want to be able to get into this practice where you actually observe the process of the mind kind of like bringing thoughts in front of you, but then not grabbing onto them. So what you do is you acknowledge them, you don't identify with them, I mean you could, and then from there you just kind of let them go and you bring your focus back to a single point of focus. So for today's practice, and again, this is what this is a practice, but believe me, you do this regularly, you're going to get better at it because this is like flexing a muscle. This is like strengthening a part of your brain. So what we're going to do here, we're going to get right into it because, again, I want us to be able to get really focused on the focus meditation. What we're going to do, we're going to close our eyes and we are going to imagine focusing on the flame of a candle. So in our mind, we are going to visualize ourselves sitting in front of a candle. And we are going to visualize this flame with as much detail as possible. And as we are doing this meditation, what you're going to do is you're going to observe your thoughts kind of coming and going through your mind. And when they kind of like show up, you can choose to acknowledge them however you wish. But if you notice your thought kind of like really kind of wandering farther off, then what you're going to do is you're gently going to bring your focus back to the candle. So the candle in this term would be what we consider as a lotus. A lotus is another term for like something that you're focusing on. So again, when we do this is incredibly valuable because if you're just like an artist or someone who's working on tasks and you want to be able to get something done, if you can focus on that one thing rather than having to like constantly be distracted by other things, like it's going to increase your productivity tenfold. So again, like this is like reclaiming an incredibly important part of our human ability. So I'm going to lead you through this. And again, what we're going to do, we're going to connect with our breath. We're going to close our eyes. And then we're going to visualize a candle, the flame on a candle. And what I want you to actually do is beyond this meditation, I want you to eventually do a meditation where you light a candle and like you have the flame and then you sit in front of it and then you do like eye gaze on the flame. So you can actually like, this is kind of like a segue into your own meditation later on. So we're going to close our eyes in a moment. We're going to breathe. We're going to focus on the candle. And then we're going to notice as thoughts come into our minds. And then we're going to gently, when they kind of like pass in, observe them, not begin sort of like jumping on them, and then bring our focus back to the candle. So the objective here is to keep your focus on the candle for as much as you can while observing the mind's natural ability to wander, because it will wander. You won't stop it. You won't stop the other thoughts from coming in, but you can control the focus. That is what you're doing here. So the practice is observation, and the practice is mentally and intentionally bringing your focus back to where you choose to focus it on. And when you do this, when you notice your mind kind of like beginning to wander and then you bring it back, that's the muscle building. Is what you notice, you're just like candle, 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 pizza, 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 and then you're just like boom, and you bring it back to candle. It's when you notice the mind beginning to wander and you pull it back, that is actually the muscle building that you're creating. So, all right, okay, let's move into this. Everybody here, go ahead, straighten up your spine, close your eyes. Begin connecting with your breath. Deep, gentle inhales through the nose and the mouth. Soft, gentle exhales. Gentle inhales. And with each exhale, just allowing your body to become more relaxed as you move into this place of stillness, finding a place to be able to relax your hands, straighten up your spine, giving your nervous system permission to relax. We are gently just going to calibrate our body as we prepare to turn our focus inwards. And so to do this, let us gently begin imagining a white light at the center of our chest. And this white light is going to move throughout our entire body. This is just a part of the practice we do normally, just to be able to scan our body, to calibrate our body, to help it relax before we shift our focus inwards. Visualize this white light from the center of your chest moving through your body, moving across your shoulders, moving across your back, down your arms, and wherever this white light moves to, just allow that part of the body to relax, sending this beautiful, calming, loving energy all throughout your body, feeling this white light move down your elbows, down your hands, right to your fingertips, feeling this energy move down your torso, your hips, all the way past your thighs, your knees, down to your toes. Feeling this white light energy moving up your spine, all the way up to your face, all the way up to the top of your head. And just breathe here. And as you do, just giving your body permission to relax as we prepare to move into this next part of our practice, of our meditation. And so as you breathe here, gently begin imagining a candle in front of you. And this candle can look however you choose. Maybe it can look something special. Maybe it can be quite simple. And I want you to imagine lighting this candle. So you're going to light this candle right now. Maybe you light it with a lighter. Maybe you light it with a match. Or maybe you light it literally just with like your thought. So ignite that candle right now. Bring that flame into this moment, into existence. And as you look at this flame, allow its light to speak to you. Allow its light to be something special to you. When you see this flame, you see the light within yourself. You acknowledge the light that you are as well. And so, even though it is just a flame, on a deeper level, you see it as a reflection of you, of your light. And this flame is both inspiring and calming. It represents a spark inside of you. It is something you can easily continue to look at, something you can easily focus on. And so just imagine yourself calmly gazing at this flame. And this flame is going to help anchor in your focus. This flame has like a gravity to it that will gently guide you back when you notice your focus and your thoughts slowly wandering, which they will. And your practice is to observe them and to gently bring the focus back onto this flame, onto this spark. And so, continue to connect with your breath. Breathe here gently. For these next few moments, I'm going to stop talking. And again, for your practice, very simply put, this practice is very simple but incredibly important. This is you reclaiming your power. This is you flexing the muscles of your mind. And I want you to observe the fact that for some of you, this will be hard. This will be challenging. Good. Acknowledge that. Embrace the challenge. Embrace even the idea that within this meditation, your egoic mind will try to stop you from doing it because it is going to help you. And your egoic mind will try to convince you of anything but. but you can also learn to recalibrate your ego. And when you really understand that this is something that is nurturing your spirit, nurturing your soul, leveling you up, eventually your ego can get excited about this. Eventually. So for this practice, very simply put, continue to focus on visualizing this flame in front of you. See it within your heart, see it within your mind's eye, give it as much detail as possible. Feeling the light from it gently hit your eyes and soften your vision. Just allow yourself to relax, yet be alert. For these next few moments, when I stop talking, use the flame as a point of focus to bring your focus back to when you observe your mind beginning to wander. You will observe thoughts come in, and when you notice them, focusing away from the flame, gently bring them back. Treat your thoughts softly, approach this as a practice, and do your best to be able to keep focus on the flame for as much percentage-wise as possible within this meditation. Without judgment, simply practice. Breathe here. Focus on the flame. Allow yourself to be in this place of peace, serenity, calmness, and at the same time, continuing to allow your breath to guide you. Continue here for these next few moments within your own silence. Go ahead. Continue to breathe here. Just practice this for a few more moments. Observing how easily and sometimes how quickly the mind will basically completely just begin to disconnect from what it is that you're doing here. And so if you find it challenging to even visualize the flame, you can also use the focal point of your breath. So you can use the flame, you can use the breath, you can use one or the other. Continue here for these next few moments. Observe your thoughts, see them come and go. And when you feel your mind wandering more than you choose, gently bring it back to that point of focus. This is your strength building exercise. Continue here for these next few moments. Go ahead. Just going to be here for a few more moments. I want you to be aware of the fact that right now, us doing this as a team helps make it easier. You are in a shared vibration right now. You are with others who are also in this place of calmness, of focus, of relaxation, and just being in that space, in that knowing, will actually allow it to become easier for you. So know that it's not just you versus your mind. It's all of us working together, collectively, reclaiming our focus. So allow that energy, the team, to be with you here. So breathe here for a few more moments, keeping your focus on your breath or the flame to the best of your ability. Gently bring your hands to your heart, physically. Focus on the flame again. Gently, we are going to conclude this part of the meditation. And as you look at the flame in this moment, I want you to be able to listen to what the flame has to say to you, to listen to the wisdom of the flame, the spirit of the flame. In this moment, the flame has some kind of message for you personally. It can be very simple, it can be dynamic. Listen here. What message does it have for you? Listen to your heart. Acknowledging the light of the flame as the light that you are. Seeing beyond the illusion, acknowledging that it is you, that you are it, that we are consciousness. Concluding this part of the meditation with gratitude, with your hands on your heart, straighten up the spine, breathe a little bit deeper here. Acknowledging the feeling of this space, this feeling of calmness, this feeling of serenity, this feeling of focus, this feeling of peace, of zen. Gratitude in this moment for yourself, for this opportunity to refine your mind, for the flame, for anything else that you wish to hold gratitude for in this moment. Family, friends, loved one, the earth, all beings. And slowly from here, we'll gently begin to bring awareness back to our physical body. You can release your hands from your chest. Straighten up your spine a little bit more. Breathing here. We're going to bring awareness back to our physical body as we gently wiggle our toes, wiggle our fingers, and when you're ready, gently open your eyes and return your awareness to the space around you. Awesome. Welcome back. Good job, team. Awesome. All right. So if you want to take a moment here before we jump into the next part of our meditation, damn, we always run out of time here. Still have to do our standing meditation, and we got to do our chakra practice meditation in a minute. But yeah, again, just taking a moment here to just kind of like reflect on the importance. Now, like that meditation was going to be different for everyone. And I want you to like even just mention in the comment, you can just say like was it challenging for you? Was it easy for you? Was it difficult? Like that's okay. Like you can acknowledge whatever it was for you. And again, if the fact that like if it was challenging, like that's okay. Like you actually like again, you kind of like want to be able to like sit in that place where it kind of like feels challenging, you know, like that's kind of like part of the exercise, as part of the practice. You actually want to find those edges of where it is challenging. Like if you were to just like sit down and meditate on your own, one of the very important things to be able to be aware of is like if you were to just be like, okay, I'm gonna sit down and meditate, and then you sit there, and then what you're gonna do is you're actually gonna notice like as you sit there, maybe like 5 minutes in, a part of you is gonna be like, okay, I want to get up, okay, I want to stop, I want to like, okay, that's it, I've had enough. And what you actually want to do is you actually want to be able to like observe those very specific moments where you feel like you're just like, okay, like I'm done this meditation and stuff like that. And then to be able to like observe it and then to go further. And then to observe it come again and then to go a little bit further. And if you keep doing this, again, you know, 5 minutes becomes 10, 10 becomes 15, 15 becomes 30. And again, as we're doing this, like it becomes incredibly powerful because this is just like precursor to getting ready for deeper layers, deeper levels of the meditations that we can do. So again, as we're doing this, eventually, you know, we can go deeper into being able to like focus on the inner worlds. And as we develop a practice like this, that focus allows us to be able to like deepen our connection with those experiences, to be able to flex the awareness of our imagination. So go ahead, please feel free to leave some comments down in the chat with how that was for you. Even if if you're just like, yeah, that was cool, drop an 1111 in the chat. And again, I know that's not the most like crazy dynamic meditation, but the simplicity of it is incredibly important. So do not like let simplicity kind of like think that, you know, convince you that just be like, oh, whatever, that's so simple, it's not worth my time or anything like that. Observe that, because believe me, like the simplicity of that is actually like the power of that. So and even for me, like I've been practicing meditation for a while. Like even for me, like it does become easier, but it's still an opportunity for me to observe and be like, oh, where are my thoughts kind of going? Where are my thoughts kind of at? And then to again just be able to practice like bringing them back into that single point of focus. So awesome. So awesome. Good job, everyone. Proud of you. Great work. Okay, we're going to do from here, we're going to we're going to focus on our standing meditation. And so again, you know, just by doing that, like I want you to just be able to understand that like what you just did there, like you leveled up a bit. You gained a bit of experience. Like you invested in yourself. Come back again, do it another time, and like you're gonna get better at this. Like your focus is one of the most incredibly important things, one of the most important things for you to like be able to like really get control over. So all right, let's stand up and do a practice for our standing meditation real quick, and then we're gonna go into our chakra practice meditation. This is just gonna be a very, very short version for today. So for everybody here, if you are able to, go ahead, stand up. If you prefer to stay seated, that's totally fine. Awesome. Go grab a drink of water if you need it. All right, just begin moving the body. We're just gonna do like a super quick version. So again, for everybody here, just want you to like start shaking your body, shaking out any sort of like physical energy, shaking out any sort of stagnant energy that physically kind of gets like held in your body. And then from there, we're gonna do some like vocal releases. So again, just shake here. Deep inhale together, follow my lead. Inhale. Exhale, go. Again, even for those of you who are brand new to this, believe me, just follow my lead. When we're doing this, we're like physically shaking stagnant energy out of our body. Again, this is kind of like clearing our energy fields to be able to get ready for today. Follow my lead again. Inhale. Exhale. Good. One more time. Inhale. Shake it up. Awesome. You guys are doing great. All right, okay, from here, we're just going to go right into our Dragon's Roar, and then we're going to get right into our chakra practice meditation. So Dragon's Roar, stand as if you're going to kick a soccer ball, and for this, we're going to kind of like build up our energy, and then we're going to do a big roar, and as we do this, again, we're kind of like releasing stagnant energy. Imagine like a gray smoke kind of clearing out of your lungs, and again, as we do this, you can honor any frustration, rage. You can do this as like a battle cry, so again, vocalize. Big Dragon's Roar, follow my lead. Deep inhale. Dragon's Roar. Do this again 2 more times. One more time. Inhale again. Good. Shake it up here. Just take a breath here. Breathe. Feel your energy field. Just feeling a little bit more activated. If you feel like you want to do some more dancing a little bit later, by all means. This is just a very quick version for today. Beautiful. All right, bring it back down to C. We're going to go into a chakra practice meditation. Again, this is going to be a quick one. We're almost out of time here. Every time I'm like literally, like every time it's like, oh yeah, we're going to go deeper into the meditation with the chakra stuff. And then we always run out of time. So we're going to do this again. Thank you so much for those of you sending gifts on TikTok. Super appreciate it. Again, we're going to go right into our chakra practice meditation for here. And then from there, we are going to do just like hang out for a bit. I'll stick around for any sort of questions that people might have. Again, when we do this is team building. This is team building as well. So for those of you who are enjoying this, feel free to stick around afterwards. Again, the Instagram feed gets shut down for Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. I'll stay on for a little bit longer and we can just hang out and chit chat. All right. Thank you again, everyone. Let's move right into our chakra practice. For those of you who are here for the first time, this is going to be kind of a quick version. We're going to go through each chakra. Again, as we do this is like giving our body like an energetic massage. This is being able to basically like practice clearing the gunk off of our chakras. And the chakras, again, these are like organs for our energetic body. They're spinning discs that receive information from beyond the present moment. So normally they kind of get built up with a gunk, like energetic gunk, emotional gunk. And when we do this, it helps bring awareness to them, and it helps focus on the virtues, and it helps develop the faculties as well. Follow my lead. Brow chakra, the virtue is serenity. So focus on the virtue of just like peace, kindness, calmness. The sound is E. Follow my lead. Deep inhale. The sound E. Good. Again, for those of you here for the first time, I know this is probably like a little bit different. Follow my lead. Inhale. This is the sound A. Justness. Speaking your truth. Deep inhale. A. Heart chakra. Compassion. Being able to tap into like the inspiration from the future as it ripples into us. The sound O. Inhale. Pulmonary chakras. These ones are like kind of in the shoulders. A lot of people don't really know about these ones. Connection with our ancestors. Gratitude. Connecting with our future self, our past self, our ancestors. The sound is awe. Deep inhale. Solar chakra. This is about temperance, willpower, strengthening your willpower, making choices that sometimes may be harder but are for your betterment. So instead of just eating all the cookies, maybe just have a couple and save some for later. Temperance, willpower. You're practicing your willpower just by being here. Really proud of you. Inhale. The sound is U. Inhale. Sacral, the sound is M. This is all about cultivation of our sexual energy. Again, for those of you who maybe joined in, that cultivation of our sexual energy is so incredibly important. So basically just like You know, don't be like spilling your cup everywhere and everything like that. Cultivate that energy, move it throughout the rest of your body. It will strengthen your physical body and your energy body as well. The sound is M. Inhale. Root chakra. The sound is S. Patience. Connection with the roots below, branches above. Inhale, S. Good. Get a drink of water if you need. We're going to move through it again one more time. Again, I really encourage you to like do this more on your own regularly. When you do this regularly, even just like sit with like one chakra and like do it like for one chakra for like 15 minutes at a time if you want. And this is a great practice just to be able to do meditation and to give you something to focus on. So you can literally like run through the chakras and you can do like 5 rounds of it and it'll give you a point of focus similar with the flame, and it can make meditation like really easy. And again, you get the visuals can be like these spinning discs, but the physical sensations as well. You can feel the energy waypoints. You can feel the vibrations within your body. So again, let's just do this one more time. We're just going to wrap it up here. This is going to be a quick one. Follow my lead. Inhale, E. E. Inhale, A. A. Inhale, O. O. Inhale, Ah. Ah. Inhale, U. Inhale, M. Inhale, S. Close your eyes. Take a moment here, connect with your breath, visualize these like rainbow swirling energies moving up in a helix through your body. Again, literally by you doing this practice, the more you do it, you just allow yourself to become more aware of these energetic aspects of your body, strengthening your aura, allowing yourself to cultivate awareness, mindfulness, to focus on the different virtues, to create a space where the unconscious can become conscious, to awaken your consciousness. So concluding this practice in your own way, generally want to put your hands on your chest, just finish it off with gratitude. Gratitude for yourself, gratitude for the team, like gratitude for all the other people who are tuning into this broadcast other than you, who are also doing the work. And again, what we do here is we cultivate this momentum, this inspiration, this joy, this mindfulness, and we bring it with us throughout the rest of the day. So just take one more breath here. Beautiful. Gently open your eyes, return your awareness to the space around you. Awesome. All right, so we're just going to wrap up the broadcast on Instagram. And then for those of you on TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube, I'll stick around for a little bit more. We can just kind of chat. Please feel free to leave your comments in the live chat. When you leave your comments, like it allows me to like, I'll pay attention to your usernames. So I get more familiar with your usernames as you leave comments in the live chat. And yeah, please feel free to check out more through my profile link. Again, you can support on Patreon with a monthly contribution, and the link for that's through my profile link. And again, feel free to subscribe on YouTube if you aren't already yet. Leave some comments, like this video, and as always, thank you so much. The light guardian within me sees and honors the light guardian within you. So have a beautiful day. Carry this momentum with you. Go kick some butt. Keep it shifty, and I will see you in the future. Much love. Awesome. All right. So again, we're still live for those of you on everything but Instagram. So for those of you on TikTok, for those of you on Facebook, for those of you on YouTube, thank you so much for kicking around. I'll read some comments in a second. Yeah, again, like that chakra practice meditation, if you're like, yo, like maybe I'm new to meditation, like who here who here is fairly new to meditation? Like who here is like, like maybe they haven't really developed it as a practice and everything like that. Because again, with the practices of meditation, in most cases, like they didn't teach us this in school, right? It was always kind of like being able to constantly be in a brainwave of like either alpha or beta. So like alpha and beta is kind of like the brainwave where you're like in decision making process. Like that's usually like where you need to be. If like, even back in the day, like when we were like hunter gatherers and stuff like that, like if a jaguar like jumped out at you, you needed to be in alpha and beta in order to be able to like be aware and be like, okay, sudden movement, sudden reaction, make quick choices. It's like survival mode, right? And so in a lot of cases, that's usually what a lot of us are in. We're usually in that mindset a lot of the time. But this can actually become very detrimental for like the mental body and the physical body over time, because we're kind of like in this place of like hypervigilance. With meditation, physiologically, what it is that we are doing is that we are actually being able to shift our brain waves into the delta and the gamma. So the delta and the gamma is this very calming place, this very observant place. Things that it almost kind of like dilates time. It kind of slows things down. It's almost like bullet time from the Matrix, right? And when we're in this place, physically, it allows our body, allows our nervous system to be able to relax. And it's basically what you can think of as flow state. So when you think of like athletes who are, again, like if you watch them and they're just like, whoa, like they're so in the zone. They're just like making like 3-pointers and they're just like, like jumping and swinging and doing all this stuff. Or even if you think of like musicians, there's like usually what is happening there is that when we kind of like allow ourselves to be in delta and gamma, what we're doing is we're kind of getting out of our own way. And when we get out of our own way, it's like this natural kind of like presence and creative energy kind of like moves through us. And so when you're in this delta and gamma, like that's a very powerful place to be in, because you can basically kind of become like a conscious conduit for creativity, where you're just kind of like, okay, like spirit, like what do you need me to do right now? And then it kind of moves through you. So that's where, again, like meditation and being able to shift into these brainwave states is incredibly powerful for creativity, for productivity, for focus, for like emotional balance, for physiological balance. Like it's incredibly so healthy and so beneficial to be able to do, especially if you think like, maybe if you're in a circumstance, say if you're like at work and the boss comes in and there's like, man, that's what your boss sounds like sometimes, right? And then you just like, and then you notice your physiological reaction is like, oh god damn it, like I'm pissed off or whatever, right? And you kind of get into this like this mode, and then to just be able to be like, okay, like I notice what my brainwave is right now. Like you're actually observing, you're actually becoming aware of your different like psychological like brainwaves. Like you become aware of it. You're like, oh, I'm clearly in alpha right now. And then to be able to be like, okay, I'm going to, like, it's beneficial for me to be able to switch to delta. Not to say there's not a reason for alpha and beta, but you don't want to stay there. You don't want to stay there all the time. If it's just like, well, I've got work I need to do, let's shift it with a few breaths. Give my nervous system permission to relax. Using the breath. Calming down. Being present. Now I can think clear. Now I can focus. Now I've reclaimed my sovereignty. And now I can kind of like move forward with my next task without kind of like constantly being like, just like giving your power away to the past, so to speak, or the future, right? So I'm going to read some of the comments. So please feel free, if you have like just feedback or again how that meditation was for you, please feel free to leave your comments in the chat. Shout out to Megan, shout out to Tyson, Stella, Javier, Star Soul, and One Love Free, and RVS. Shout out to on the TikTok, shout out to Blake. Shout out to Little Song, thank you so much for your comment. Little Song saying I really needed this. Thank you Little Song. Thank you Diane, thank you Luna for joining in, thank you Adriana, thank you everybody else, thank you Lily, Thank you, Shannon. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining in. So if you guys do have any sort of like general questions about, again, kind of even just like what we were practicing today, please feel free to leave those in the chat. I'm reading some of the YouTube comments right now. Going back to the meditation with the flame focus meditation. Megan was saying, found that hard, need more practice. So again, Megan, I think it's really good that you're able to just like observe, again, you actually want to find the edges where things are hard, right? Like within life, like this is like a huge piece of advice in general, but like when it comes to life, you actually want to put yourself in places that are outside of your familiarity, because that's how you grow, right? Like if you just do things that you're comfortable with, you stagnate. You just kind of like continue to just like plateau. And that's what happens to a lot of people, is that, you look at society and basically it's just like, oh, here, let us give you fascinations to comfort you, to give you things that are just going to kind of like keep you in this place of comfort, and then you'll stop growing. Whereas like what is actually beneficial for us in the long run is to actually seek things that are outside of our comfort zone, to seek things that are going to feel hard, that are going to challenge us. So it's like, oh, what? Like, I don't normally do live broadcasts, but maybe I'm going to start doing live broadcasts because that's something I feel uncomfortable with. But as I start doing it more, I'm going to allow myself to like see myself show up and to allow myself to grow. And again, you can apply it to anything. Public speaking, you can apply it to doing like different types of art. You can apply it to, doing like even like exercise, whatever it is. But like, honestly, like the fact that meditation is hard is actually in its own way inspiration to do it more. It's like, sweet, I found something that's challenging. Like a part of you is tired of things being so easy. Like seriously, like, do you really want the excitement of things being easy? Because it's not that exciting all the time. Like you think of it from the perspective of a video game, that would be like, going throughout the entire video game, but then just like having all of the enemies set on easy difficulty. And you're just like, you're like halfway through the game and you're just slashing and destroying, or whatever game it is, shooting lasers and stuff. But then it gets to the point where you're just like this isn't really fun. Like there's no challenge. There's nothing to overcome. Like this is like a walk through the park, which can be fun. But again, like you want those challenges. You want to be able to increase the resistance, decrease the weight, because that's where you grow, right? So if that resonates, drop an 1111. I mean, that's like pretty straightforward, but again, sometimes we just need to be reminded of that. Yes, seek your challenges, says Lily, one of our Patreon supporters. Being able to restructure your thinking and perspective and being aware is very powerful. Well said, Blake. And again, like that's a lot of what it is that we're doing here, right? We're shifting our paradigms. We're changing the way we relate to the world around us, to our challenges, to the way we approach circumstances. And this is where, again, like what you can do in your life to be able to intentionally bring healthy stress into it will drastically affect the way you show up for simple challenges, for hard challenges as well. So that's where, again, I talk about being able to do something as simple as like finishing your showers cold. Finishing your showers cold is actually a huge hack, because basically you're doing something that is intentionally discomforting, but you're putting yourself into it intentionally. And when you do that, you create this psychological relation where you're just like showing up into that cold shower as like an act of like intention and will. And when I take cold showers, again, I'll do a regular shower and then I finish it cold for the last like 30 seconds to a minute to 2 minutes. The longer, the better. And when I do that, in my mind, basically I associate it with victory. I'm like, oh yeah, like this is like me doing this. This is a feeling of like accomplishment. This is victory. So again, you can kind of associate that same thing to like meditation. Oh, you tune into these broadcasts, like this is victory. Even though there may be a part of you that's just like, this isn't, this is hard. This is, time. Like I could be doing something else right now, sort of thing. And maybe you could be, like, I'm not going to stop you from doing that. But again, when you intentionally do something like a cold shower, and then you have like a little obstacle a little bit later in the day that might pop up, it just gives you the opportunity to just be like, oh, sweet. Okay. Like the shower thing, I conquered that. Like I can conquer this, a little person pushing my buttons, I can conquer this. Right. So again, how you do one thing affects how you do everything. Like that is seriously like, that is a really, really, really profound thing. So again, if you're like kind of like like intention, like it's subconsciously kind of like being like lazy, and I'm not trying to shame anyone, but if you're just kind of like doing this always like this easy route, and again, like there's a time and a place for that, then again, like that will kind of like affect the way you show up to challenges. And then when challenges do show up, you'll just kind of like find yourself being like, it'll be harder for you to kind of like see the lessons in them. It'll be harder for you to kind of like find the gratitude in them. You'll be resistant to them and be like, no, my patterns, my familiarity, no. When in actuality, like, if you really want to be able to level up as a human, you should be looking for things to break your patterns. You should be changing things up, you know? Find a routine that's going to help you build the resilience so that you can do things differently, if that makes sense. And that's what we're doing here. Again, that's what we're doing with these broadcasts here. We're creating a space where we're developing routines, and we're developing like a ritual, a ceremony that cultivates an intention that allows us to move through the rest of the day with more focus and direction and inspiration so that we can take on the challenges. So again, you know, I think of it as that idea of sharpening our sword or tuning our instrument. So if anybody just wants to leave any comments of gratitude, go ahead, leave those in the chat. I'm just going to read some more of the comments, and I'm seeing the comments on TikTok and YouTube. For any comments on Facebook, I'll be able to check those afterwards. If you are on Facebook and you want me to be able to see your comment, make sure you tune in on YouTube in the future. Tyson said, it was hard until I put the flame between my lungs and fueled it with my breath. Tyson, very cool. I like that. I like that visualization. That's a very creative way of being able to adapt that. I like that. So again, it's like connecting the breath to the breath of the flame almost. Very cool. Stella says, sometimes I meditate with a flame. It's harder to visualize it. I kept wanting to actually get up and light a candle, but I can see the benefit in visualizing it. I'll have to work on that. Yeah, and again, you know, like Stella, like it's good to do both, I would say, right? Like I understand, like, yeah, like having the flame in front of you definitely gives you that very obvious point of focus, but visualizing it adds like another layer, which can be a little bit more challenging. And that's why, again, like sometimes, even for people who are doing this for the first time, that's why like focusing on the breath is one of like the go-to things to be able to focus on, because it's a sensation. You can feel it. There's a rhythm. You can keep track of it. So again, having physical objects in your place to be able to focus on is incredibly useful. You know, maybe even just like an ambient light that changes colors, or you can focus on like a sacred geometry. You can focus on a mandala. You can practice eye gazing. You can even practice eye gazing with yourself in the mirror. We'll have to talk a little bit more about that, because there's like some real like dynamic stuff when it comes to eye gazing with yourself in the mirror. Stella says, I have gone in and out of meditation. My mom does it every day, so part of me wanted to rebel against the parental influence at some times in my life. Yeah, that makes sense. Cold showers are fantastic. Thank you for your face. Thank you. Thank you for your face. All right. Thank you. It makes so much sense. Thank you, Shannon. Thank you so much for joining in. Imagination is brain building and breath is like our umbilical cord. Well said, Lily. Yeah, again, you know, imagination is something that we build. Like, again, like I think that's kind of like this thing is that, you know, how many people in today's society are like not using their imagination, right? Like everything's being spoon-fed to them. They're just like, oh, you want to be entertained? Here's a movie. Like, okay, here's a song. Here's this. Here's something on the internet. And like so rarely are we just kind of left to our own imagination, you know? Like when we fall asleep, yeah, but even still, you know? So I think just being able to practice flexing our imagination, to practice daydreaming, to practice kind of like orchestrating movies within our minds is incredibly powerful. You know, like how many people here, like who here used to daydream as a kid? Surely we all did, right? But then over time, as we grow up, it's like we stopped. And so again, in order to be able to reclaim our power, and again, what we're doing here, we're also just kind of like laying down the framework to be able to get ready for like some of the deeper stuff. You know, the deeper meditations, when we're really focusing on some powerful visualizations and we're connecting and we're present in these inner worlds, like that in itself is so powerful, because you can create these like meaningful experiences through the power of story. And for those of you who are really looking to experience those, on my YouTube channel, you can find the playlist for like some of the global story meditations we've done, and they're like full length kind of like movies in an audio format. And yeah, it just gives you a chance to kind of like really be present in like a story and to really practice being able to flex and practice flexing your imagination. So again, you know, practicing flexing our imagination is like one of our superpowers. Like we are like literally like these like magi that can create worlds within our minds. So very cool stuff. All right, team. So I'm gonna wrap this up in a minute. If there's any even just comments of gratitude or any quick questions before you wrap this up, please feel free to leave those in the chat. Again, for those of you who are perhaps here for the first time, for those of you tuned in on TikTok, make sure that you are connected to my YouTube and my Instagram so that you can join in for future broadcasts. And then that way you can get to, and then that way so you can tune in for broadcasts on all platforms. One second. There we go. Sweet. Okay, so again, if anybody does have any comments or gratitude that they want to leave in the comments, please feel free to do that now. And again, we'll be back here Monday to Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. The ones that we do on Friday are like a very special version of the meditation. So that's when we like kind of like dress up as our activated avatars. And I physically do encourage you to even like dress up to like bring a bit of like an outfit if you want to be able to do that as well. Weird, I can't move the chat. My phone's broken or something. Oh well, that's all right. There we go. I can't see the comments on TikTok. It's not letting me scroll up right now. I'm not exactly sure why. Like the screen's not even working. That's okay. All right, okay, well, that's fine. We're going to finish it up. Thank you, Stella. Stella says thank you. Thank you all. Thank you, Brendan. So thank you again, team. So again, if you're looking to be able to check out more, you can join our team chat. Link for that is through my profile. You can connect to my Instagram, my YouTube. You can join on Patreon. And again, you can even feel free to check out my item shop where you can find more items, the Light Guardian crystals, the buttons, the shirts, the other or like 23 crystal wraps I have. I actually have a couple different other crystals that I'm going to add to the shop soon. This is the oldest known crystal on Earth, 1.2 billion years old. Crazy. All right, okay, team. Lots more work for me to do. I got a lot of production stuff. I got to create some more TikToks for today. Thank you so much, everyone, again, for joining in. It is always a pleasure and honor. Just sending you so much love. Carry this momentum with you. Have an amazing rest of your day. We'll see you in the team chat. And thank you so much for joining in. Please feel free to invite one friend to be able to join in for future broadcasts. So with that said, I see you, I honor you, I thank you, and as always, keep it shifty, and I will see you in the future. Much love. Go team! Alright, see if I can wrap this up on TikTok. Yeah, I think I have to like quit the TikTok act. Alright, okay. See you guys later, TikTok. Thanks so much. Alright, thank you again, YouTube, Facebook.